Good morning, everyone. Welcome to freedailycoaching.com. My name's Bert Bledsoe, and I want to welcome you to our daily call. We do this call every Monday through Friday. We do it at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we do it for you. We provide a platform where you can come get some free daily coaching, where you can come and find out topics like tech tips. You can find out some mindset techniques. You can find things to rocket your home-based business to the next level. Whether you just started, maybe you've been doing this for a few years and not getting the results you want. Our goal here at Free Daily Coaching is to provide a fun, friendly atmosphere where you can come and learn and appreciate different skill sets, different methods with your peers. And I'm blessed to have you here, and I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your morning to join me. I've been able to learn an incredible amount over the past year and a half about building a home-based business through this call. Because of this call, because of having the interaction with you each and every morning, has allowed my business to flourish and has allowed me to work with literally hundreds of other people that are building home businesses as well. Right now, I want to just say I'm pretty excited for this morning because it's a Friday Fiesta. And we do a lot of different fun stuff on Fridays. Sometimes we do free stuff on Fridays and we give stuff away. Sometimes we have fiestas like today and we bring people out. We've been doing some really fun stuff lately, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to bring some friends over to this morning and have a hangout where we're really all hanging out and chatting and really, working together. So do me a favor, raise your hand if you'd like to come out. If you're one of the ladies and you don't have your war paint on, or you haven't done up your rig for the day, don't worry, you can shut your camera off. We'd love for you to participate. So while I'm looking for the hands to be raised and welcoming people, go ahead and raise your hands. Give me a shout out in the chat to let me know that you can see and hear me, and let's rock and roll. And let me bring some people over. Booyah. Booyah. I'm going to start bringing people over if you didn't raise your hand just for fun. Booyah, booyah. Who else? Booyah. All right, we'll see. We'll start with that and see who comes over. Good morning, good morning. Awesome. Okay, so we can see and hear me. Good morning, Sharon from Montrose. So I want to say a special word out to my buddy Sharon. Sharon is a fellow Coloradan, and I don't know what's going on in Colorado right now, but there's a lot of action, right? People are taking action. People are moving in Colorado. Last night I was on a webinar. I think there was like 1, 2, 3. There was at least 4 of us, maybe 5 of us, all from Colorado just last night. So that was pretty exciting. So Sharon lives over on kind of on the other side of the state. She lives in the kind of the mesa. It's really nice and green and lush over there, and I live over on the other side of the mountains, so not as nice where I live. So good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Craig. Nice to see you here, sir. Canadian Karen is here, and I don't know if anyone's been following Karen's posts, but Sharon had some work done on the ojos, right? She got some work done on her eyes, and it's finally looking like finally, after going back and some stuff, she's going to be able to see again. So everyone's like, yay! Yay for Karen. We're going to be able to see again. I'm sure it's definitely hampered her ability to be able to connect with us and talk and play because not wanting to stare at the computer all day. So excited that Karen is getting better and her eyes are getting better. Who else is here? Mr. John Lindsay. Good morning, John. Nice to see you here. Nice to have you here, buddy. I got to meet John the other day on another webinar, so welcome to John. As always, Mr. Robert McCrae out in California. Let's all just say a few, whatever you say or whatever your thoughts. Have a few moments and just and have some good thoughts for Robert and the people around Robert. He's down in the San Diego area, and as we all have seen on the news lately, looks like Southern California is ablaze. So let's all say hello and hope that Robert's doing okay. Good morning to Miss Leanne. I tried to pop you over. Our friend Ms. Debbie Deerdorf down in Arizona. Good morning, Debbie. Debbie's become a good friend. We've really been able to do a lot of hanging out here on the Hangouts and fun stuff that Debbie sent us some info for goats, right? So I know if you're just joining us and you're like, what is going on? I thought we're doing some coaching. Don't worry, we're going to get to that. We like to welcome everyone. We like to, we like to have a fun time here. And here in Free Daily Coaching, a lot of us work together. In some capacity, a lot of us work together or we know each other, and so we want to stay connected, right? And this is what networking is all about. So if you're an internet marketer and you're like, wow, was this guy going to crunch the numbers or tell us that? That's not going to happen, right? I'm not going to tell you about how you're going to get 20,000 people and smush them through a straw, and at the end, 4 people are going to buy some stuff from you. I'm really trying to talk to people and build relationships. So good morning, Debbie. We'll try to bring Mr. Clive over here. I tried to pop him over. And so let's go to our panel and say good morning and welcome to Miss Felicia. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning. I have a little bit of a voice back. I think you can understand me now. It's like big time over here. I'm ready for that public speaking role.
Awesome, awesome. Well, good morning and welcome. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but Kevin and Pauline actually, because they're both here this morning, they're actually down on the webinar twice. They duplicate fast. They're fast action takers, right? You see them once, and then boom, look, right there. They're duplicating already this morning. So good job to them. Good morning and welcome from Texas to Kevin and Pauline. Kevin, are you home today? Are you off today?
I get to focus on the real job here and on the real journey.
Awesome, awesome. Some days when we talk, some days this is just a little piece of background information when you guys know Kevin does have a full-time job, so sometimes when you're online and you see it's Kevin Stone, you might be talking to Pauline, so you might want to check just to say, like, is this Pauline? Sometimes I thought it was Kevin, and I'm like, oh, I'm talking to Pauline. So that's fun, so good morning and welcome to these two. Good morning to Mr. Tom. How are you, sir?
Hey there, doing good.
Tom is coming from Burbank, is that correct, Tom?
Yep, sure am.
And how you guys doing over there? Nice weather? Everything's good?
Oh, it's great. That's one of the great things to be outside here, sitting outside back by the pool here, first thing in the morning. So, yeah, no complaints here.
Awesome, awesome. And last but not least, let's all say good morning to Mr. Clive. Good morning, Clive.
Morning. How are you all doing?
Good, good. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. It's actually quite cool here in Florida this morning. I've got a sweatshirt on.
It's probably like 60 degrees, right?
Yeah, probably even more than that.
Well, today's a fun day, and we're doing a Friday fiesta. And the reason that I thought, hey, let's do a fiesta. Let's do something fun. Let's bring other people out into the mix, because all the people out on the panel this morning are all people that I'm working with in some way. Either we work in a home-based business together, maybe we're going to be doing an event together, maybe we're marketing together. We're doing something somehow in tandem, right? In sync. And I brought these people out, and there's more people. I tried to bring a few more out. I don't know if some people, I think I tried to bring you out, Leanne, and it didn't bring you over. Kevin and Pauline keep bouncing out. And the reason, let's bring Mr. Phil over. We'll see if we can pop him over. And the reason that I brought a few of these people out, they're back. And they're back. Is because I really enjoy working with other people that they're moving, right? Has anyone experienced that person that you talk to and they're like this? Yeah, I'm really excited about my business. No, I'm going to go. I'm all in. I'm going 100%. I'm going to start next Tuesday. And you're like, what? And you meet a lot of people along the way that that's kind of the vibe, right? And you're like, wow. Now, I'm not saying you have to be over the top 100% energy and a personality type like myself. However, if you're going to move forward, you're going to have some momentum, some energy. And the people that I brought down, excuse me, I got hiccups 2 days in a row now in the morning. The people that I brought out on the panel this morning are people that are actually doing something. They're people that are taking action and doing things in their home-based business so that they can move forward. So all of us here today are doing a 100-day challenge. It's going to start in about 11 days from now, and all of us decided, hey, we're going to do a 100-day challenge. Now, I had done this, not this 100-day challenge, but another 100-day challenge about a little bit over a year ago. And because of that, and because of how it changed my business, you know, I started seeing some massive results. And from the time that I finished that until now, a lot of people ask me, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? And I'm sure everyone here this morning knows the Slurpee analogy, right? The Slurpee story. And if you don't, go back. And I got a fun announcement, guys. I think I'm going to get all of us on the 100-day challenge Slurpee T-shirts, right? I'm just going to send everyone a Slurpee T-shirt, and then we're all going to have Slurpee T-shirts. We'll be able to show up to the webinars and stuff, and we'll all take selfies, and we'll have our Slurpee shirts. So look forward to getting some Slurpee shirts if you're doing the 100-day challenge. So because of that Slurpee analogy, you know, I wanted to be able to share. I wanted to be able to share the exact resource that I used to really get that boost. And Tom and Phil and Kevin and Pauline, Felicia, Mr. Clive, Leanne over in the chat. Who else? I know John's going to be doing it. Evan. So a bunch of other people have decided, hey, we want to take the 100-day challenge. We want to do that 100-day challenge, and we're going to do it with you, Bert. You're going to do it again, so we're going to do it with you. And so it all comes back to that, what types of people that you're surrounding yourself, right? Because we talked about, have you talked to those people that are like, man, I'm all in next Tuesday. I'm going full strength, you know, starting next Wednesday, man, hammer down, I'm doing it. And we've all talked to those people, and what happens is next Wednesday comes and goes, right? And the next Wednesday, and the next Wednesday, and the next Wednesday. And so I'm excited for all of the people on the panel this morning because they're all fast action takers. I want to tell you guys this right now, and I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm working with a bunch of you and a bunch of people, and we're doing the 100-day Biz Builder, and we're promoting it. And I want to give a big shout out right now to my buddy right here. Oh, well, you guys, he's right there. I don't know how everyone else sees him in what order, but right down below where I'm pointing is Mr. Clive Jeffries, and he's killing it right now, guys. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I'm looking in the statistics, and Clive is blowing it up. Okay, a lot of people. Whatever Clive is doing, he's getting the message out there because a lot of people are seeing his link. So I would encourage Clive, keep on rocking, buddy. You're crushing it right now. And everyone else, congratulations to Felicia bringing some people on to the webinar last night. Kevin and Pauline have got some posts out there that have gotten some action. Phil has gotten some action. Tom has gotten some action. All of these people have actually now been promoting this event that they're going to do, and they're getting eyeballs on it. And so that's so important because, check this out, they committed to something. Now they can go and invite people to join them. In addition to adding more momentum, in addition to becoming an authority and a resource, they're also offsetting some of their cost. So I want to just open it up. You guys, I know the three guys are unmuted. Kevin and Pauline, you are more than welcome to unmute. Felicia, go ahead and unmute. Today's Friday Fiesta is about what you guys are excited about, what you guys are doing this weekend, and why you guys decided to take fast action. So I want you guys to be able to share today and tell the people that are watching and the people that are watching the recording and watching from YouTube and Google Plus, what is it that you're doing in your business to keep moving forward. Let's start with Clive, because Clive, literally, you probably have twice as many impressions than anyone else in the group on your posts. So you're just blowing it up. And I'm not saying that, guys, so you're like, oh, man. I'm saying that because Clive's doing awesome, and I want to celebrate that. So, Clive, tell people what you're doing.
It's pretty simple, really. I'm just putting posts on Facebook, as simple as that, and just inviting people that I know that are also in home-based industries. I'm just going onto their page and in private messaging them, saying, hey, look, I'm involved in this 100-day challenge, and it's basically a blueprint to to start your business, and if you're serious, come and join me. Simple as that, and just sharing the link with them. I mean, I've been a business owner myself, an offline business since 1990, and I wanted to get into the online business, and I know how critical it is to have a business plan to work to, but not having had much experience online, I really didn't know how to go about doing that. And then when I saw the challenge, I thought, well, this is just absolutely perfect. So it's literally follow the paint by numbers way to set your business up online. So I thought it was just fantastic.
Awesome. Well, you're doing a great job, and you know that is the way that you're doing it is the way that I do it. It's just like you said. It's really kind of simple, right? When you just go out and tell people like, hey, I'm doing this, and this is what I found. Check it out if you want.
Yeah, it's not spamming them. I'm just posting links everywhere. I mean, engaging them in conversation. So, hey, this is what I'm doing. Come join me. You know, it's as simple as that.
Awesome. I love it. That's the whole idea of in the spirit of how we do it, right? Like, it's not about selling something. It's not about like, hey, get this. It's like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm going to do. And if you want to do what we're doing, if you want to do what I'm doing and get the results that we've gotten, then come do what we do, right? It's like all back to the Slurpee thing. Like, if you want to find the directions, you just follow the directions. So it's a beautiful way to do it. Who wants to share?
Hey, Bert, this is Felicia. I will.
Yeah, come on out, Felicia.
All right. Well, I mean, I was really excited to be able to bring the 100-day challenge to somebody that's in my primary business, not on my team. I mean, she's pretty far removed from me, but we met several months ago and have stayed in touch, different parts of the country and all that. But we're experiencing very, very, very similar challenges. And, man, let me tell you, after I introduced it to her a couple of days ago, she attended the webinar last night. She was so excited, and just the feeling of being able to do that was awesome for somebody where I cannot help her directly in her primary business. This morning, listening to my personal development on my carpool drive, other people were popping into my head that this would be a great benefit for. So that's just fun being able to do that.
Absolutely. Well, and you know, sometimes I think because we work online and because a lot of our work is done in the social media and a lot of us are on Google Plus and Facebook and Twitter and those types of things, sometimes we forget. It's those moments when we're driving in the carpool or when we're, standing out in the backyard, cooking up some hamburgers on the weekend or something, that's something all of a sudden pops in our mind like, oh my gosh, I just thought of my buddy who's starting his own little tattoo shop right now. This would be a great deal for him, right? Oh my gosh, I just thought of a friend of mine who owns, who's a massage therapist that's just going out and starting his own practice. This would be a great investment for him to start his business. And so then when that happens, now we start the bubble or the picture starts to get bigger because we're starting to be more inclusive. And so I think it's a great tip that you brought up, Felicia, and a great there's some great insight to you're doing different things and these ideas come in and then the key ingredient is the follow up. It's then you get that idea and then follow up, right? Like actually reach out to that person, because if you think in your head like, oh my gosh, this would be great for Phil. Oh my gosh, Phil Aguilar would love this. And then you never call Phil, you didn't help him, right? If you wait until 2 weeks from now and you're in the challenge, it's not available anymore, and you're like, oh man, I'm doing this thing, it's awesome. It's like you didn't help Phil out. But if you call him now and you're like, hey Phil, I'm doing this thing, right? Or message him, hey, I'm doing this thing. This might be a benefit for you. Hey, come check this out. So what do you think, Phil? What do you think, Phil?
Oh, absolutely. I know that we are so connected online that we tend to forget about all our connections in our real physical life. The people that are around us that we interact with, whether it's at a job or in our family or in our neighborhood or anybody. And this is something that could benefit not only the person, the newbie, I should say, that's you know, looking for something and they're not exactly sure what they're looking for. But yeah, the benefits of what we can offer anybody that might be interested in something like this and something like this holiday challenge. You know, just the mastermind, the group aspect of it, the team aspect of it, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to most is the interaction. You know, the nonstop interaction with individuals.
Absolutely, that interaction is key, right? I mean,
yeah.
Critical. So, Mr. Tom, you have a background in working with some bigger corporations, and you obviously had a you know, a successful corporate career, and in some capacity, I think in this arena, in so to speak. So, what as someone that's, you know, been in this kind of arena in a bigger capacity at a corporate level, what excites you about working on a? I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. What excites you about working on a more intimate level, one-on-one with some people, and then in this bigger, larger group, doing this 100 days really focused with this blueprint?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because one of the things that I've done in the past is worked with really big companies. I was working with Warner Brothers on their social media. So we were working on the Harry Potter Facebook page, 50 million fans, 60 million fans. That's a different mindset when you're broadcasting to this huge audience. That's a completely different thing than what I'm picturing doing here, where it's really one-on-one. I mean, keep hearing over and over again, people buy from people, people sell people. And that's the way it is here. It's like, okay, it's one-on-one. That's just like Clive's talking about going out there on Facebook and saying, you know, going to individual people. That's exactly how it's done. It's like that's how you get someone to commit, not because someone saw a post that went out to 50 million people. So to me, that it's figuring out how to make social media work one-on-one. I mean, Twitter, you know, you can have thousands of Twitter followers, but if that, you know, but it gets to be really impersonal when it gets to be a really big audience out there. So part of the trick and part of the fun is to figure out how to make it personal, how to make it so that that person on the other end thinks you're talking just to them, and that you make that kind of a connection, because that's what will work. So
absolutely. Well, and so that's going to bring me to a really good point, Tom, and I want to share something with everyone on the call today that maybe this isn't going to be something that you've heard before. Maybe this is going to be the opposite of what you've heard, okay? Maybe this is going to go against everything you've heard, and guess what? I don't care. This is how I go. And you guys, you know by now that you can pick and choose who you follow and how you do your business and how you build. Imagine this. What Tom said was so critical. When you start getting a larger audience, it becomes a challenge to make it more personal, to make it one-on-one. So how can you ensure that happens? Well, if you want to, let me say it this way, if you would like to follow the way that I'm doing it, then this is how I do that. I front load all the relationships. What does that mean? I front load all the relationships. Well, a lot of people say that when you're building relationships, when you're prospecting, when you're getting to know these new people, they have like series of questions so that you can find out information about this person, so then you can give them the proper answer to their challenge so that you can provide a solution, which I believe that you should be finding out what their challenges are and providing their solutions, absolutely. Imagine if you front-end the relationship with more time. I realize that your time is your most valuable commodity, but imagine in the beginning if you're spending more time and not getting paid as much, so that in the end you're not working as much and you're getting paid a lot more, right? Imagine that shift will happen, but in the beginning, sometimes you're doing a lot of work and it doesn't seem like the reward is there. But in time, it flips. So I front load everything with massive value. Give the people the time. When people reach out, give them your time. Be of service to them. Help them. Genuinely build a relationship with them. When you do that, when you front end the relationship that way and actually spend time with people, help people, and do those things, you've built a solid relationship with a person. You now know that person. Now, when you're communicating and you're sending out a message, maybe via email, maybe it's via Facebook, to everyone, because you've connected. I've made a connection with Phil. Me and Phil talk on the phone. We text. We Facebook. I've talked to Felicia. I've talked to Clive. I've talked to Tom. We're building relationships. So when I send a message now, Phil doesn't read it like, oh, here's Bert's canned thing again, because that's not how I talk in my email, right? In my emails, I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, check this out. This afternoon, I'm doing this, this, and this. If you want to come hang out, come over here, right? Let me tell you a story. Because when I'm writing it, I'm really thinking, like some days I just pick a person, like maybe Phil. I'll be like, okay, today I'm going to write the letter to Phil. Or maybe I sit down and I can't help but smile when I think of Clive because of his accent. It just makes me, it's just fun. I don't know. I'm like a little kid. I think it's fun when people have accent, right? So I sit down and I'm going to write a funny like Kiwi message. I'm like, all right, let's make fun of Clive in the email today, right? Like, okay, hello, mates. Right? Like, we're on the beaches with Clive. Can you believe it? We're not in New Zealand anymore. We're in Florida, right? And so that's what I'm thinking when I'm writing my email. Maybe I'm thinking about a message of, like, from the heart, right? Maybe I'm thinking that morning about something that's on my heart, and I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Right now I'm going to write that message to Robert because I know their community, their local community right now is struggling. And so you see, it just came over me. My whole demeanor changed, right? I went from being so excited to write this thing to Clive to like, hey, I'm in the mindset that I'm just writing this letter to Robert, and I'm coming from a place where I want to have that compassion and say, hey, wait, there's some things going on right now where people are having some challenges. What can we do to be a solution? What can we do to assist over there, right? And so these are different. You can read about this. There's like, hero letters and all these different types of letters and archetypes and colors and animals and all that. I just use my imagination and use real people that I really know. And I imagine that I'm just writing the letter to that person. Because I've made relationships with all these people that I work with. I have a huge selection of people. And the great part is this, you're all different. If you listen to Felicia, she's like, hi, I'm Felicia. I'm from Texas. And you talk to Phil, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm Phil. I'm up here. Go wild. We're going to go ice fishing, don't you know? Right? And then if you talk to Clive, I can't really do it, but he's like, right, oh, there we go. Right? I know that wasn't a very good one, Clive. But you know what I'm saying? And you talk to Tom, he sounds like me. He's living in California. Is this regular? Let's like, well, maybe it sounds regular to me. You guys all probably think it's goofy. But so you see, when you have these different relationships with people, you have a broad range of personality types. You have a broad range of interests and selections that you can choose from to then write your messages for. You have a broad range that you can really focus down and communicate a specific message based on your audience. So hopefully that gave a little bit of training this morning on the free daily coaching call. I know some of you are in the chat or here for the first time. I know you may be watching for the first time and you came out for the Fiesta and you saw Clive getting excited from Florida, and you saw Felicia in Texas and Tom out in California and Minnesota Phil cheering over there, and you wondered, hey, what's going on? So hopefully you got a little nugget there at the end, and I was able to share a perspective that maybe you haven't thought of. Maybe something that you could try in your marketing and your communication method to be more effective. I want to thank everyone for coming out on the Hangout this morning. I want to thank all of you guys for being active and participating. I want to thank everyone that came over this morning in the chat. Hey, I just wanted to shout out to Scotty. I saw that you were here this morning, Scott Carell, and I want to give you a shout out. I saw you. So good morning, Scott. I just wanted to tell everyone to go out and have an amazing weekend. Go out and check this out. Go out and do what your competition isn't going to do. And this is what I mean. I know you have families. I know you've got activities planned this weekend. I know you're going to go out and celebrate life and have an amazing time. Take 5 or 10 minutes. Take maybe 15 or 20. Whatever your schedule looks like, take those few minutes and invest in you. Do something different. Do what your competitor's not going to do. Go out and talk to a few people on a Friday afternoon. Go meet 5 people on a Saturday morning and invite them to the to go take a look at your offer. I put a link over in the chat. It's the actual recording from last night's webinar that you guys can all use. You can go over there. You can embed that code. If you need, I can always download the MP4 if we really want to, or you guys can. There's free stuff out on Google. Just find it, and you can just download the MP4 right off my channel. And that you can go and edit that however you want and use that this weekend. I'll be around. There's plenty of people on our team that are all around, and you can reach out to us. So do that thing that the competitor's not going to do. While they're sitting on their lawn chair this weekend drinking a beer, go talk to 2 people, right? Maybe just talk to that one more. Talk to one more person today and see how it will change your business, and trust that process. And if you do that, you'll see amazing results when other people are standing still. So thanks for coming out this morning. Thanks for being part of the Friday Fiesta. Thank you, Clive and Felicia and Phil and Tom, for braving the rapids and coming over onto this side of the hangout.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks to everyone else for attending this morning. And I want to just welcome you guys all to this afternoon. I'll put up the new link for free daily coaching. And exciting, I think we have it finally worked out that this morning or this weekend I will be able to actually get you guys some links for free daily coaching. So anytime you want to promote free daily coaching, the people will still be tagged to you. So if I ever do make an offer, you guys will be able to benefit directly from it. So really looking forward to getting into that this weekend and figuring that out for you guys. And I'll see you guys on Monday morning at Free Daily Coaching, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks. Go out and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bert.
Thanks, Bert.
You're welcome. All you guys, just I was going to tell those guys, just so you know, there's a delay, Clive.